right. Here go Beasley right here.
Cool.
Getting in a little crazy, man. I had to get stable.
Beasley,
what's happening,
what's up?
everybody? What's going on?
Good. How you doing, brother?
What's going on,
I'm good, man. I'm here. I'm just working, man. What's the word?
Chilling.
Nothing much. We talking about MOOK, Surf, Hollow.
Okay.
So, what you feel about both of those matchups? Let's start off with MOOK and Hollow.
MOOK and Hollow, I think, is the match, is the money match. Right now, that's the Pacquiao Mayweather of battle rap. I think that's what people want to see. That's what they want to, that's what people are kind of like pushing for to happen because, MOOK is revered as a great, you know what I'm saying, in this culture.
Right.
And Hollow is kind of, Hollow is the thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, even though they're kind of like from two different eras, when MOOK comes from the DVD era, Hollow is more of the internet era in terms of his, popularity. He's been around for a long time. His real popularity took off, via the net. But MOOK's was via the street and into the net. I think it's something that people want to see. You know what I mean? And I think him and Surf is just that energy, that grudge match.
Right.
It's more like probably like what you'll call like a Smack DVD type match.
Right. With Surf and MOOK, I feel like, my personal opinion, I think Surf is the new MOOK. Like, he represents this era like how MOOK did when he first came in.
Right.
Like,
sure.
Surf been putting in work since he touched the scene.
Yep.
But it's weird.
That's why
I'm not sure what.
That's why I say they battle, Surf and Hollow battle heavy debatable. Is you got the fans caught up in the middle saying who deserve who. So I just think Surf and Hollow should have a rematch, and the winner gets MURDA MOOK.
Mhm.
I thought that would be dope because both fans is like, nah, Surf deserve him, Hollow deserve him. The fan bases. I said those two have that. I want to get MOOK. That could be dope.
Definitely, man. Well, what y'all think though?
It's a lot.
I would like
that,
to see.
man.
I want to see. I'd rather see Surf and MOOK. I feel MOOK gonna beat Hollow easily, man.
Right.
Not easily like that, but MOOK's gonna win that battle 2-1. That's just me.
I feel like Mook said that he don't think that would be his toughest opponent, but that's probably just Mook talking. But he was saying that he don't feel as though Hollow was going to be his toughest opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But he just said he said the angle that he got for Hollow was going to wait. But that's all battle rappers though. But I've been reviewing game tapes, going back and watching old battles from both of them, and I don't see why people are so big on Hollow angles. Hollow's a great battle rapper, but as far as angles go, only the last two battles where his greatest angles were, and that was versus Clips and versus Lux.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I guess time will tell, right?
Yeah. But we just want to see it, man. We just want.
Now we're trying to work on it.
Popping next. What's popping next for URL?
Mm-hmm. Man. Well, we got that gun titles and NW Rex trying to drop Thursday.
Yeah.
In case y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? Drop the trailer for it today, and then we'll proceed to release the other battles from Born Legacy that haven't dropped yet. So look out for those. Mm-hmm. And then May 21st, man. We got the announcement coming soon of what the card is going to be, but it's going to be kind of crazy. So I'm just letting everybody know, get ready. Definitely be going to be going down again in New York City. Then we got Born Legacy 3, which is going to be like June 4th and 5th. Got like a whole little weekend planned for that. And then let's see. I might have something in the Midwest later in the month. I'm trying to get the final word on it now. So, we got a few things coming up, man. We're just getting started. The year is early, the year is fresh. We're just here working and getting done.
Man,
y'all been working so far, though.
Man, yeah, I think it would have been like four cards already. This is the year start. Well,
yeah, man.
Because it was the Born Legacy. Born Legacy 2 was this year.
Double Impact.
It was Double Impact. Then it was the Pittsburgh one.
Mhm.
The Pittsburgh card. It was one more.
Born Legacy, the Pittsburgh card, Double Impact. We had some PGs and some smaller little events going on. Just had a myriad.
Oh yeah, and the Super Bowl one.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl
just
PGs
little
too.
shows. Keep everything going, man. You know what I mean? So we just excited this year, man. We want to try to bring people as much entertainment as possible. So just try to.
Right. And it's been some. Go ahead.
I was about to say, how you feel about because we really, really, really were double super impressed how Reed showed up. Like he was 1,000 times better than he was.
Yeah, Reed looked good. I think he was more in his own element, in that type of setting. Because getting used to those big crowds is tough, and the miking and everything like that. So I don't think the first time he knew what to expect. But the second time he kind of had an idea, but it wasn't as much pressure because the spot wasn't as big and it was closer to his type of format and setting. And I think that he showed up and did what he was supposed to do.
Did very well.
So, yeah, did well.
Mm-hmm.
Entertaining
Time
to watch.
for him and Rex.
Yo, that's the talk, man. I think
it needs to go
they
down.
battled a long time ago, but nobody has the footage.
Right.
Man, yeah, they gotta happen on the world's most respected, man.
You already know.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's gonna be crazy, man.
It's like certain battles. It's certain battles that you can't see nowhere else. Like I'm not watching Reed versus Rex. Like on Don't Flop, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna get that feel. And there's no
not gonna have that
disrespect
same energy on Don't Flop. Not gonna have that energy.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like no disrespect to them, but it's certain battles that we gotta see here. You feel me? Like they give us that feel.
Well,
what we love back
that's the
for.
thing that people, they fail to realize. Like certain things are just not gonna work. That's like me doing, like Il Mac versus Cheddar Cheese on Smack. And it would be like, why? You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they're not talented artists, but they don't make sense to us. You know what I'm saying? But I think what happens, a lot of leagues try and harness, they see the energy, so they try to harness it with certain names and do these events. And it just, to me, it just never works out. Like, everybody that's a battle that's really supposed to be on URL, 9 times out of 10 it don't work out. Sometimes it does, you know what I'm saying? Rare instances it does, but most of the time, it's just never the same. Something always goes wrong. Something's off. You know what I'm saying? And it's just certain battles are supposed to be here. Certain battles are other places. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to book, like, it doesn't make sense to do, Pat Say versus Rome on URL. But, other leagues try to do a Sue Surf versus Calico rematch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When it makes absolutely no sense to see that anyplace else.
Right.
But, I mean, that's, people
like
see something that works, so they want to try to, latch on to the energy. But what they don't understand is they got to build their own energy. You know what I mean? And build their own stars. You know what I mean? And then it won't make sense for those guys to be anyplace else.
Like a perfect example, Tay-Rock versus Calico could not have went down anywhere else but URL. I would not.
Yeah, no.
What were you saying?
It turned out the same.
No, I said Tay-Rock versus Calico couldn't have happened nowhere else.
Right.
So you reference Ilmac. So we've been hot potato in this thought about a URL versus King of the Dot card.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your thoughts on that? If y'all could work it
not
out,
interested.
you know what I mean? So no,
I'm not interested. Doesn't have any interest to me. I think that we are like two different genres of music. You know what I mean? Who you think is better is subjective, but it's two totally different things to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like in mainstream music, you know, you got DMX and, you know, or like, you know, hard street music, and then like you may have, you know, type of rap, and you may have like hippie rap or college style rap or turn up, you know what I'm saying, or different raps. I just feel like it's the same thing with battle rap. It's different. It's different
levels of rap.
One thing I
styles.
can say though, Bees,
Mm-hmm.
we have seen, like, I feel where you come from, but we definitely seen some main hip hop artists do collabs with some other type people that they wouldn't do, and it worked.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and you the businessman, so I understand where you're coming from, because it has to be one beneficial on both ends, and it has to make sense.
Right.
I
mean,
definitely,
like I said, you know, like I said, to me, it would just have to be something interesting, because we kind of do what we like personally, you know what I'm saying, or like people that we would book personally. So like a lot of the guys that are there, I probably would never book, not because they're not good, but just a different vibe, a different feel that I'm going for. I wouldn't book them just because they got views, or else I'm not being true to what I'm doing. I'd rather book them doo-doo that gives me that same feel that I'm looking for, but maybe people don't know them like that yet.
right.
I think like once I start trying to, you know, go down their roster to find someone to fill in, I'm losing, in my opinion.
exactly,
Because I'm not solidifying any particular identity with the audience. But I mean, they do that already. They pretty much have events where they bring up the URL guy versus, you know, their guy. They do that every time. They can't do an event without doing that. Every event they do is that. The majority of it is that. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, me personally, it would be more so a brand versus brand type of thing was what would generate that energy. And I just don't feel that there's an even exchange for us on that side. While they are big, they don't have more followers, or they're not the same. They don't have the same turnout and viewership as we do. So it would not be a benefit to us.
They do a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I would have to get something. It would have. What's important? I'll have to get something out of it. I'll have to know that. I don't know. I just don't see a return in it for me personally.
Will we ever see Daylight on that stage in 2016?
Oh yeah, that's a possibility.
I know a lot of people would like to see him on that stage, you know. I feel he's going to work if he get that opportunity to bless that stage, get that chance again, you know.
I definitely think that he will work. You know what I mean? I definitely think that he will work. But again, like just to answer your question, like I'm not dissing anybody. You're just asking me what I like personally. What I do, URL versus King of the Dot. Personally, I want to do it. Just would be hard for business too, like to split the money, and you know, I just think that they do a great job with what they do, and we do a great job with what we do. And I don't think that a lot of the battles and things that they could do, they would be able to do, that we would be able to do them. And I think a lot of the stuff that URL does, they can't do. So I think that it's for them to have their lane and for us to have ours. And I feel like we're two totally different genres. I think there are genres within battle rap, there's underground, there's mainstream, it's comedy, it's different types of styles.
Right.
And I just feel like they have their own lane and their own style. And I think it's good because you can see some diversity. Because when you watch a King of the Dot battle, you don't feel the same way as when you finish watching the URL battle. You get some entertainment out of it because you watch it. But you watch.
I respect your opinion though, but I think a King of the Dot versus URL, like battle rap, I think a King of the Dot versus URL, like revived the game a little bit. I don't run to watch battles no more. I get to it when I get to it, because like high profile battles don't live up to the standards no more, man. It's always some bullshit. An MC not coming prepared. It'd be a bunch of bullshit.
So if we were to do that, what would be the teams? Because they already do that, and it's not, the views aren't any higher than anything else. So what's the missing factor?
I mean, you can always get down and make some matchups, because I feel like, Head Ice, I want to say he's the King of the Dot rapper, because he don't battle really on URL. So they got Head Ice. I'm gonna say Big K, Pat Stay, Disaster, Caustic, Daylight.
But like most
I'm
of
gonna say
Arsenal.
I wonder what side Arsenal would play
maybe like
for.
one or two of those guys I would actually book. The rest, they're all talented artists, but they're just people I'm not interested in. These guys are just not. I don't think that everybody should be everywhere. Me personally, I've always been a proponent of exclusivity and building a vibe, and I just feel like those are great guys for King of the Dot. They have a great platform to battle on. King of the Dot is respected, and they get the matches that they want. They're battling some URL guys that choose to venture over there. So I don't see the difference in having it over here. The excitement is because we would be involved, because they're already doing those kinds of matches. They're already bringing over Charlie Clips, DNA, and other guys, guys you're used to seeing on URL. They're already bringing them over there and matching them up with various guys that they have on their league. Right. And the viewership doesn't reflect any spike or interest. The only thing that would be interesting is if URL was involved in it. Then that would take it to another level. But then how would that help us? Because if they're already bringing the guys over and they're not getting any additional viewership, it would be of no benefit to URL as a company, and we'd be splitting money, and it just wouldn't make any sense. But I think it's good that they have King of the Dot guys that you can say, that's the King of the Dot guy, because then when you want to get something a little bit different, like sometimes you might feel like listening to soft rock, sometimes you might want to listen to heavy metal. You can get a change because you have different players or different, artists on different platforms. So you can go over there and enjoy those artists. You might be in the mood to listen to Ilmac. Go watch some Ilmac battles. But then you might want to hear Tay-Rock. You can come over here and watch Tay-Rock battles. And both of them don't interfere or affect each other. It's just different platforms within the battle community.